What's up guys, my name is MrJTekken and this is your quick and simple guide on how to complete the Tomb Easter egg in Black Ops 6 Zombies. Before we start, I would highly recommend getting a friend or two at least for this Easter egg, as the boss fight in this map is no joke.
Or you could just get better at the game.
I would also recommend bringing in all of your overpowered gobblegums to speed things up, as this boss requires you to spend a lot of points to set up. Bringing in guns like the ASG or the GPMG will be the best for this run, as they tend to do the most DPS for the boss. Also, if this video helps you out, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's see if we can hit 50 likes for this video. For the first step of the Easter egg, you'll want to get the pack punch open. Following the orange diamonds to the bottom of the tomb and interacting with the crystal will allow you to go to the dark ether and activate the pack punch. We are now free to build a wonder weapon. After going into the dark ether, you'll then want to wait until round 8 for a shock mimic to spawn in. The first mimic to spawn in will always drop a monocle, which is needed to build the staff. You'll then want to go into the Deadshot room and shoot the ether lanterns until they spawn into this specific room. This is better to do at the end of the round, so you can wait for the lanterns to spawn back in. Once the lanterns spawn to the right room, you're going to see a bunch of symbols on the wall in the room. These symbols are associated with Roman numerals. For those who don't know their Roman numerals, I'll leave a cheat sheet on the screen now.
Great, now you're calling your subscribers dub?
Your job is to shoot the symbols from lowest to highest, so you would shoot 1, then 2, then 3, and so on. Once you shoot all the symbols in the correct order, a lockdown will start in the room, and an orb will start bouncing around, spawning a bunch of enemies. Just kill all of them, and once it gets back to the symbols, a part will appear. Now you'll need to do this step one more time on the other side of the map in the tombs. Once again, shoot the crystals until it is in the right area and do the puzzle again. Finish the lockdown once more and pick up the last part. You'll finally want to head back to the dark ether and place the 2 pieces in the ritual area. This will cause one more lockdown in which you'll have to defend the staff until it's done being built. Don't worry if you fail it, because you can retry the next round. And once the lockdown is completed, you've built the ice staff.
Ugh, the ice staff. What is this reused asset bullshit?
You do know that it is technically better than the one we had in Origins, right?
Silence, noob. I want to see new content. New!
Now we need to upgrade the ice staff to the Yule's arrow. To start the upgrade, you'll need to find 3 ether lanterns close to each other. If they don't appear close to each other, you can always change the locations. What you have to do is shoot 3 of them within 10 seconds with the ice staff. You'll know you've done this correctly when Archibald gives you a quote. If you fail it, just destroy the crystals and retry. You'll then want to go back to the dark ether and look at the sky for 3 rocks with purple glowing symbols on them. After shooting them, make sure you note all 3 of the symbols down, as you'll need them for later. You'll then notice that one of the portals has closed. You have to go back to the tombs and find that portal. You'll then notice that symbols will be on the door. All you have to do now is shoot the symbols you saw on the rocks and input them into the door. Once you've done it correctly, you can go through the door and you'll spawn on a rock in the air with an orb. Interact with the orb, and you'll now need to charge it full of souls while moving close to it. If at any point you aren't filling souls or are way too far away from it, this step will fail. But that's okay, you can try again the next round. Follow it until it gets back to the ritual area, and once it goes into the structure, you can hold interact with the staff and you'll now have the Yule's arrow. Now that we have the wonder weapon fully upgraded, we can now go on to the main quest steps. For this, you'll need to go back to the dark ether, and around the map you'll find 4 statues of enemies. You're going to want to start off with the vermin, then parasite, then doppelgast, and finally amalgam. Take out your healing shot from the staff and shoot the crystal on the first statue. The color of the crystal will tell you where the statue is. These crystal colors will stay the exact same every single game. Pick up the dark energy from the crystal. Being as the vermin crystal is blue, we will go through the blue portal and go down to the statue in the dig site. At this time, you'll be placed into a lockdown, and all you have to do is kill the vermin. The ice staff charge is amazing for this step, and you can do this within 15 seconds if done correctly. Once it's finished, pick up the energy and head to another portal that isn't the blue one, as it will now be closed. Make sure when you have the energy you shouldn't get hit, as the energy will be lost. If you fail, just go back and pick the energy up again. Head back to the dark ether and place the energy back onto the crystal. This is 1 out of 4 done. Next, do the same thing to the next one, and this is yellow, so we're going to go through the yellow portal.
I know my colors.
This one is slightly different, as we now need to kill purple parasites and bring the orbs they drop to the statue. Note you cannot run while you have the orbs in your hand. You'll need to fill it up with around 10 orbs. And when you finish, once again, bring the energy through the door that isn't closed and place the energy back into the crystal, and that's 2 out of 4 done. Once again, shoot the next crystal and bring it through the green portal, where you're going to want to face off against doppelgasts. This is very similar to the first one, and all you have to do is kill the enemies. Pick up the energy and place it back onto the crystal. Then finally, go to the amalgam crystal and bring the energy through the red portal. Head all the way down where quick revive is and place the energy. At this time, you will be up against an amalgam. However, once in a while, a zombie will shoot a laser at it, causing the amalgam to become immune from damage. You will have to kill all the zombies connected to the amalgam before killing it. And finally, once you've killed the amalgam, head back to the dark ether and place the final energy crystal. As of now, we are just about ready for the boss. Make sure you and your team are fully loaded with everything. Make sure you have all your perks, fully upgraded weapons, and armor. Head over to the bridge and interact with this table. Then head all the way down to the end where you will see the Sentinel artifact. Once you interact with it, you will immediately start the boss fight. This boss will have 3 phases, and the second one being the hardest. In the first phase, the artifact will spin around with a laser. During this time, he cannot be damaged, and you will need to wait until he stops and begins to laser the statue. Do not get hit by these lasers, they are usually the reason people will die in the boss. When he does this, you'll need to do as much damage to the boss as possible, as this will be the only time you can damage him during this phase. If done correctly, the artifact will split into two and they will add another laser. Repeat the same strat I used by hiding from the lasers and using the staff charge until there are 5 sentinel artifacts. During this time, you will need to be careful, as during this time you will now be on the second phase. You will now need to find an orange artifact in an enemy that is now buffed in damage and health. What you have to do is kill him, and as soon as the artifact is revealed, shoot it until it breaks. You will need to repeat this 4 more times, getting harder bosses with the artifact each time, ranging from doppelgas to mimics and then finally amalgams. This part is insanely hard, and I highly recommend going to the top level for the boss room when the lasers are at the bottom and vice versa. Once you finally got to the final bit of health, you're going to see 5 artifacts laser 1 artifact. At this point, you'll want to damage this as fast as possible. If not completed in time, it'll do a wipe attack, ending your game most definitely. But if you destroy his health, congrats, you've completed the tomb Easter egg. A cutscene will play, and that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy and would like to see some more Black Ops 6 Zombies videos just like this one, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.